Hello, welcome everybody.
Hello, welcome to Cockitude. Cockatoos with attitude. Romeo is sitting on my lap. Yeah, we got bad air quality out there today, so.
Wait, is that Snowball approaching the chairs?
Yep.
Silly.
That's Mandarin there, though. That's not Jasmine, actually.
Oh, that's not Jasmine. Jasmine is up there. I just saw a Malak in a cage, so I was that Jasmine got herself into timeout, but that is Mander.
That's what I thought at first.
From Snowball.
Well, he couldn't figure out what to do because I had moved that cage where he used to hide, and he got under there and like everybody can see me, so he kept going in and out, and finally he ran over to that cage and went in.
Yeah, have an eye on them. Not that Mander freaks out because right now he's in the same cage with Snowball.
Yeah. Snowball, be nice.
Let's observe that. I think somebody's already alerting. Is that Lucy?
Yeah.
Drama alert.
She seems to have gotten louder since she's had her first shot. So.
Oh, you started already the treatment.
She's got it. Yeah, I'm gonna do more today, but I'm spreading it out. I don't want to have a day where I just grab birds and inject them. This bird. Snowball, are you the prison guard there or what?
Since Mander has put himself into timeout, interesting.
Cecil's over by the window. Yeah, they haven't been in here for a while, so. And I changed things around a bit, so they're all like, I got to explore. KK's in his usual spot in here. Romeo is not used to being in here except with me, so he got it on my lap. Didn't you, Rome? He was expecting to go outside, and then all of a sudden he's coming in here. He's like, what? This is not where we go.
Not happy. Oh, poor boy.
But you could go outside, and the air looks a little funny, but you could think it's the cloud cover. But when you look at the air quality indicators, it's bad out there. So there's an inversion layer that's keeping the dust level.
Is Snowball still in the cage with Mander?
Yep. Mander doesn't seem overly worried about it.
No, I think he calmed down, which is good because Snowball usually, he's really just a Moluccan stalker, so he likes to watch them. But we have so many chatters already here. I think I better start with introducing them. So the first was Buktia Shah. There's God bless you, dear family, long life. Then Jem and Jamie is with us, and Tiki Tiki. We have Jocelyn, Triggle, Spirit Matter, and Falconsu reading all unfeathered critters, and the feathered as well. Thanks for that. And then we have Pie Girl, Rosebud Atkins, and Calvin Thurston. So hello and welcome, everybody. Good to have you all here. Also, welcome to all of our other viewers.
Sugarbird. She gets her first shot today. That's going to be fun. Well, this is the one that I'm going to. He's so afraid of everything. The idea of sticking a needle in his chest. But he'll do it.
But he's a brave boy.
Oh, he's
Right,
a
Ron?
good boy. This
You can do that.
Might help him with his fidgetiness. We'll see.
Yeah. I have no idea. Maybe do you have to towel him so he cannot see you? Then basically you could pretend to be someone else.
No, I'm going to just try to use the trust I have with him and see what happens. If I have to towel him, I have a towel. I got a table there where I can hold him down and a towel, but I prefer not to. I'll try to just talk to him nicely. He lets me do his nails, so he let me do his beak last time too. So he's letting me do his nails now, where I don't have to do them to the cage anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Rome?
He's a good boy. Yeah, maybe the treatment works. We will see what. Oh, KK.
Yeah, depends on what nerves are affected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his nervousness that he has and instability. Some of that may not just be due to the feather clipping, for which some veterinarian will spend a very hot time for the rest of their existence after they die. But it might not just be that. That's obviously part of it, but I noticed some differences in Lucy's behavior. She seems to be a little more vocal. So, it's only been a day, so still, it's going to reduce the inflammation on the nerves. Well, actually, yeah, it reduces the inflammation on the outside of the nerves so that the gangliosides are not being attacked by the body. But
Mm-hmm. So Rosebud was wondering what two birds spend time together in the cage, and I answered it's Manda and Snowball. For I first thought it's Jasmine who put herself into timeout because usually she is the bird who likes to sit in a cage and then close the door behind her. But today it's obviously Manda's choice, but now looks like Snowball has left. No, Don
yeah,
hasn't put them together. Um, Basically,
snowballs.
Manda was sitting alone, and then Snowball came closer and then climbed in. But now he's admiring Cecil and his rattlepaw. Are they now together in the cage?
No, Cecil's sitting on
Wait,
the windowsill.
so he's
Yeah,
outside on the window, so Snowball looks from the inside. Interesting.
yeah.
Funny boys. Dawn, there's a question from Pie Girl. Dawn, now did you train to give injections? It's hard without help.
No, I've got training on it from two different vets, so
Yeah.
it's still not easy. But the thing is, when you've got your burns calmed and you've trained them in veterinary behaviors, which Barbara Heidenreich has a good DVDs. I mean, who uses those anymore? But she's got one on that. Um, once they're trained in those kind of behaviors, it's a lot easier. So basically, what I have to do with him is I've got to take his chest and I've got to get a hold of it and tent it a little bit, and then I have to show him a syringe and get him used to the syringe. So I'm desensitizing him to the syringe, and then I have to poke it in him and hope he doesn't freak out. If he does freak out, then at that point I have to withdraw the needle and try to calm him again. And if I can't make that work, then I have to put a towel on him. But he'll freak out with a towel. It'll be hard to give him the injection. So I want to be able to do it. As you can see, I can do this because I handle their, their chest and their back and that. They're not going to freak out. Now, if I have to, I could give them a back injection. But you got to make sure that you go down the spine and then, always run your finger down the spine. And then you have to go to the side of the spine because you don't want to be messing with the spinal column. So, but you see, he's not reacting to me doing any of that. So again, that's all part of preparing a bird for being with the vet. The hardest part, honestly, is once you get the needle in using your back fingers, you have to take your back fingers and pull that plunger out because you don't have, someone else to help. You've got to pull the plunger back and make sure that there's no blood in the site, because if it comes back with any blood, then you've got to move your needle somewhere else. But you need to go to a vet have a vet show you how to do it, and because it's easy to make a mistake. You don't want to be sticking a needle into organs, and you also need to look at a diagram so you know what you're dealing with, right? You want to go into the chest muscle or into the muscle of the back. You don't want to go into something else. So you need to kind of know the anatomy too. That's important. Again, you need to have a vet show you how to do it, or a vet tech under the vet tech shows you under the supervision of a veterinarian. That's going to. You don't just start giving injections because you think you're the king of the world and you can do it. You do it because you have to. And the vet, you can't go to the vet every 3 days and do it. In my case, I'd have to take 7 birds in every 3 days. That's not going to make it. I'd have to live at the veterinary office, wouldn't I, big boy? Well, you're just in my pocket today. He just wants to chew that zipper.
That would actually be the best possible if you actually had such a huge building that basically a really skilled vet could move in, who is basically a avian specialist in cockatoo.
Yeah, the thing is with injections is it's one of those deals where when you just have a situation where you have to get one injection here and there, it's one thing. But when it has to be a regular deal, then it's you have to know how to do it. Most vets will show you how. Yeah, the air quality today the last time I checked, it was 127. Anything after 100 is no go. But I like to keep it below 75. My watch always gets it wrong. It's from the same app, and it's always about add 30 to it. So it's about 90 right now.
So Pygol says, wow, it's not easy to get the right angle and so on. Speaking from experience, the vet tech was holding my bird. And Rosebud says, I would let you inject me. Sounds like you know what you are doing. I don't trust just anybody.
No, and it's not like I want to do it. You have to do some things you don't want to do. Most people do not want to go to their day job. They have to do it because they have to pay their rent. And it's the same thing with this. I don't want to do it. But the other side of it is I know that I'm going to try to do best job I can. I double check. I read my before I start injections. I always read the instructions and make sure I haven't forgotten anything. And I've been doing them for a while, but I still do that. And after I was shown how to do it again, because I had to start doing these again, I actually went to Chat GPT and had it draw up a diagram and then I started looking at the anatomy and in my avian physiology books and just making sure that it really isn't that tough, but I just wanted to be sure I didn't make a mistake. So. But, a vet tech coming in, giving an injection, you know what state of mind they're in. Maybe they were out partying last night. And so when you do it yourself, at least you know you weren't partying last night. I don't party, so I would just, well, it would be a great party with me there. Everybody would fall asleep. Yeah. And like, oh, he's here. He's really boring. Good night. So it's not a question of is wanting to be the one that does the injection. It's not
Somebody's
even a
having
question.
fun back there.
Yeah, Cecil's taunting Snow. No, they both got a hold of the ball now.
Oh, I think Lisa just checked in at the right moment. Welcome, Lisa Banerjee. So back there at the window, still is Cecil, and inside the cage is Snowball. Looks like they play.
Yeah, they're playing. Let's see if I can get the telephoto on again. It's not picking up the picture right. It's blurring it because it's picking up the foreground, and there is no way to get it to tell it where to focus either when you're doing a streaming. So
Um, there's a question from Lisa. She asked me last time, and I gave you the question, but I cannot remember the answer, so I ask you again. Or she asked, did you find out if we can call Don's vet to donate on Don's account? Is there a possibility?
yeah, you can do that. You just have to call them
Cool.
and tell them, say it's for the Chloe Sanctuary. It's Jam Veterinary Services in Pahrump. So JAM. Yeah. You two, what are you guys doing? These guys don't know each other.
Mhm.
Come on, let's back off.
But they are both talkers, so maybe they find the connection.
Oh, I think they
Okay,
will,
so you
but
say it's possible, and the name of the vet, shall Lisa text you, or do we
it's
put some information out somewhere?
it's Jam Veterinary Services in Pahrump.
Okay, she wants the full vet address and number. I think
Yeah, I don't have that available right now.
we will put that out later.
You guys doing over there? They're having fun. I have to keep an eye on them though, so if they get too violent playing with each other, then somebody could get hurt. But it looks like Cecil right now is keeping the ball away from Snowball. Snowball said, "I'm done." He hopped out.
Look like he hopes. What a good boy.
There he goes.
So KK is mumbling something about a guy named Bird, and Romer is, I love you, I love you. That's real sweet. Well, KK is a gentle soul and wants to make friends, so no wonder he's interested in Rome now.
But he mistakes things sometimes. He mistakes a friendly gesture as something that's not friendly, so I have to watch him
Mhm.
kind of closely. But once he gets to know another bird like he does with Cecil, it's not a problem. He seems to be doing okay with Snowball too. Yeah, this is the kind of wood he's been chewing. That's balsa wood. He actually prefers to chew things that are much harder than that. So, but he's suffering through this. I mean, his tongue looks perfectly healed. When that balsa wood's gone, he'll go back to regular wood. But I bought a whole bunch of that stuff for him from our wholesale distributor, toy parts. So Snowball, what's up with you? Hmm? What's up with you? So, I mean, we're used to being able to go out and breathe, but if you actually go out when there's a big forest fire close to you and you can't see and it's hard to breathe and that's how it is for them when there's just a little bit of smoke in the air or the pollution level is high. Now, if you're someone with asthma, then because if you went outside right now here in Peru, you could feel it. Your lungs would hurt. You'd have trouble breathing. So for them, it works that way. So you need to go by you need to have your own uh, air monitor, and they're not cheap. You're talking between $300 or $400 to get a decent one that you can put outside that will let you know what the air quality is. About the same for a decent one inside. Oh, you can buy some small ones. You can try that. Yeah, they make great door stops because they don't work for terribly long. And I tried them. You buy something that's $30 or $40 for air quality, you're going to be throwing it away. They have little fans that are supposed to suck the air in, and I think that's where the major problem comes from. Those fans don't last. You just bang that thing once or drop it or just look at it funny. And what are you doing over there, Snowball? And they die.
Rosebud
So,
says funny birds today, and I agree completely.
yeah, it's a different environment. Put them into a
Mm.
different environment, you get changes. But
And another bird like Romeo is inside, who is usually not. Because I noticed that one bird can make a huge difference in the whole flock dynamic.
yeah,
So where's Cecil now?
he's he's on the tray in that
Okay.
cage, right there.
Ah, okay. That's our Cecil. Manda's
And
dog just looking cute.
Cecil's up at the window and Snowball's on that tray.
Okay, Snowball's on the tray.
Snowball's on the tray, and then Mandra's still in. Is
Oh,
still
Lisa
in.
has already to go. She has a meeting. So thanks for joining us. And we are gathering the information and send it to you by mail.
We'll do that. I have it in my
I have written
contacts
already
list,
a
but
note for myself.
I sent my contacts, but I can't get to that while I'm doing the live. As StreamYard goes crazy if you try leaving and
No,
doing
don't do
something
that
else.
now.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. I know better. But yeah, so the EPA actually has a free app. It's it's called airnow.gov. That's the app, and you can. It only tells you it'll tell you the air is good when you've got the particulate matter is the heavy duty matter, the thicker matter that's hard to breathe, but it doesn't actually do a good job of telling you about the really dangerous stuff that stays in your lungs. But at least it gives you an indication. If it tells you the air is bad outside, you probably got a problem with that as well. That finer matter. So to be technical, there's the PM2.5 micron, and then there's the PM10. The PM10 is usually what Air Now will be talking about. Some of the other apps will actually give you the 2.5 as well. The problem with that fine matter is it gets in your lungs and it stays. The coarser matter, the stuff that's above the 2.5 micron, it gets in your lungs, but then you usually blow it out. So with these guys, you don't want to load them up with any particulate matter, but especially that fine stuff that tends to stay in your lungs. You don't want them to be breathing it. That's one of the things we have in smoke, which is why smoke is so devastating. Uh, I actually had a call years ago from a guy after I started the sanctuary. There were some fires locally in our areas, and one of the remote areas in Escondido, my friend had his window open while he was working, and there was a fire that was 20 miles away, and the smoke was, you couldn't even see it in his town, but it killed his bird.
Mm.
So check to see what the air quality is before you take them out, even if it doesn't look bad. Today, you just say it's cloudy outside, but it's not just cloudy. It's got bad air quality too. So there's some other apps. There's Plume Labs Air Report. There's IQ Air. There's Breezometer. You can try all those. You can get some of them want you to give them money, and some of them don't. But you can you can always download their free versions. And with that, you get an idea of what's going on. I look at 3 different ones, and sometimes one will say it's air quality is good, and it'll give you a number like 23. And you look at another one, it'll say 68, and another one will say it's 127. So there is a way to check that. If it says it's 127 and you go outside and you take a couple of deep breaths of air and you don't notice anything, well, that one might be wrong. But I go with the one that comes up more dangerous. If anything's over 100, they do not go outside. Between 50 and 75, it depends on the different apps that I run, and my own knows whether they go outside. But my cutoff is 75. Anything above 75, they're not going to go out. Anything below that, I'm going to go and double check with my nose, which you always do anyway, right? But your nose isn't the final arbiter, because when you've got that fine particulate matter, that really fine matter, that 2.5, you may not even know it because it doesn't have any odor, but it will stay in your lungs. Kind of like cockatoo dust, although cockatoo dust does it for a different reason. It's because cockatoo dust has little hooks in it. You know those little hooks that make the feathers stick together and look nice? Yeah, that's what also makes that stuff stick in your lungs. So
Mhm.
I haven't had any neighbors ask me why I go out and I should play Christmas music when I do it. And I go out there and blow all these fans out every 2 days. And these big clouds of white powder go in the air.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
amazing that nobody from the authorities have visited you. I mean,
Uh-uh.
first, what have you bought these small micro scale?
Yep.
Um,
Micrograph gas.
now that white powder, don't, oh no.
Yeah. This guy's blowing white powder in the air all the time, and then he's get put on a microgram scale. He must be a drug dealer. Cockatoos. Well, they produce a lot more dust than you can even know. I was talking to that one lady, and she's looking for. I want a cockatoo. I want a cockatoo. I said, "Have you ever had one?" No. She just saw one at some bird store. Now she wants to rescue one. I said, "You need to learn something about them before you wouldn't
Yep.
listen to me." She just had
And
her
the
fingers in her
information
ears.
about the dust is really not rather common. So I cannot remember that at one of these pages in Germany where you can inform yourself about owning a pet, even owning a pet bird or a parrot, especially a cockatoo, that there is somewhere that I've ever seen the information like they dust like crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
And
you
I think
you,
that's
you
the
can't believe it.
important information because there's so many people have problems with some kind of dust allergy, and that certainly doesn't get better when you have a dusty bird.
No, and there are some factors to that, just like air quality in the house. It's part of the air quality talk anyway, is that you need to keep the humidity between 45 and 50% in the house. That keeps the dust particles down. So right now I've got everything set at 50, and I've got three humidifiers. So, and it's the air conditioning system is blowing the humidity in here too. So when that humidity is up, that tends to make all those little things come together, and they form a little ball that is not going to hurt you or hurt the birds. So you need to have that going, and then you need to run the HEPA filters. But there was one time, Andrew was sitting right up. Let me change this. It was sitting right up there above the window, and that was the day when the light was coming. Where the sun was coming through this window over there. And so it just perfectly highlighted him when he roused, and it looked like like Christmas time. I was just a huge, big, billowing ball of dust came flying, and then that
Yeah,
happens every time they rouse.
yeah, maybe they are the answer to the snow problem in the Alps or so, because now they have because of climate change and that there isn't enough snow, they usually use these snow cannons and they make these really crusty, strange kind of snow, not the least powdery. So what about just having 100 manders who rouse at once?
Yeah, it would certainly be white. There'd be a lot of white powder there.
Uh-huh.
Sugar does the same thing when she rouses, but I haven't ever seen her at an angle where you go, well, right now it would. If she were to rouse right now, I don't know if it would show it on the camera, but it would definitely be a pile of dust a mile high.
Mhm.
I seem to be lucky. My lungs, I cough that stuff up, but most people don't. Gets in their lungs, and then they go to the doctor, and you've got a bird lung, bird keeper lung. There's ways to
Yes.
deal with it, though. I mean, you can do breathing exercises and stuff to help loosen and phlegm, and you can take. There's a something you usually take when you have a cold. I forget the name of it, but it helps to loosen the mucus in your lungs, and then you can cough it up. I take that once a month anyway, just to be sure. Right?
So in Germany right now, there's a new trend plant to have. It's called something like peacock plant. Comes somewhere out of the rainforest, and therefore, if you want to make it lucky, you have to have high humidity or stand next to the plant and spray it all the time. So if you can make a plant like that happy, do that before you get a cockatoo.
Yeah. Well, that's it. There's a lot to learn about anything, but when you're working with these guys, it's as Dr. Friedman said when I was taking her class, Learning and Living with Animals, which is all about parrots. It's interesting. It's not LLP, it's LLA. But she said that the most complicated thing in the world is behavior. She said nothing else will be more complicated. And I mean, you can figure out how particles move in physics better than you can figure out who's going to do what, when, and why. So, um,
Yeah, as long as you don't concentrate on one particular particle, but just concentrate on the big mass. So yeah, you can do that
right,
perfectly.
right. Try to do that with behavior. It's pretty tough. And I have to sit in wherever I am with these guys and watch them and see where they're headed. Like right now, I got Cecil over there playing. He's still messing around with that ball. He's dropping
Yeah, I
it and
can
picking
see,
it
and
up and
Snowball is
playing.
close. So
Yeah, Snowball's thinking about going over for that toy too. So now I've got two of them. You have to keep an eye on it. Just make sure something doesn't go wrong in the behavior. And behavior itself can't be wrong, but something an unintended effect that you don't want to see. So Snowball's just hiding under there now.
by the way, do we have a quote, a movie quote today?
I put one up, or probably one away. That's what they tend to do. Let's see.
We need a banner. Movie quote, there it is.
You make me want to be a better man.
Yeah, Rosebud says I would be dead in a year with my lungs.
Well, there are mitigating things. If you run HEPA filters, if you keep the humidity level up, this is two things most people don't do. And then I've also found that not just HEPA filters, but if you set up some fans like this, they pull the big particulate matter out really well. They do a lot better job than these little HEPA filters do of cleaning the big particles out. So you can run those things. You can't run them at their high speed. You put them on minimum speed, and you put a filter in front of them, and they'll suck most of the big particles out. And then your HEPA filter can work on the little stuff. So it helps the HEPA filters out. So also, if you have, which is common in the U.S., not so much common outside, but if you have an air conditioning system in your house, and you layer the filters, you put an MERP 6 filter in front of an 8 filter, and then you blow the 8 filter out, the 6 filter out that sits in front every day, and the one behind it every other day. If you have a cockatoo in the house, that's important. While your air conditioned system is running, it's going to pick up that dust. So you can actually another thing you can do if you have an air conditioning system is just let the fan run. Let the fan run for 8 hours a day or whatever, because that's not really going to cost much, but it'll circulate the air through the house, and that'll help to pull the dust through the filter. Just have to make sure you clean that filter every day. You should see what it looks like in the summer or deep in the winter here when you're running the heater all the time. Yes, you do that in the desert. You do run the heaters all the time. So once it gets to be January, that thing is going to be running like it is in the middle of the summer. It's going to be on heat and running all the time. In the middle of the summer, it's on cool all the time. So that filter loads up twice a day. I pull that first filter off, and then once a day I pull them both off and blow them out. And then when it's running in the middle of the summer, so. If you've got one cockatoo, you can get away with doing that, less. But look at it, because it'll load up fast. One cockatoo has a lot of dust.
There's a little man there.
But yeah, you could, Rosebud, you could do it. It's just that you really have to make sure that you're running a humidifier, and I know which ones to buy. This is a humidifier that takes 5 gallons of water, right? So you don't always depends on your situation. You may not have to put 5 gallons of water in it, but I usually put 2.5 gallons of water in the front two, and then 2.5 in the back one. And then that way I can clean them more frequently. In the summer, I put 5 gallons in, because they're all going to be gone by the end of the day anyway. It takes a lot in the summer here to keep the humidity up. But that's a combination that can make it livable to be with the cockatoos. And then you want to take something to clear out your lungs. I wish I could. It begins with an O, I think. I can't remember the name of that. I always order the generic when I order that stuff. I can't think of it. But it's specifically to break the mucus in your lungs up. That works
Don,
well.
can you zoom out again? At the moment, it's a bit shaky. And
Sure.
most often, we just see a part of the bird. That's better.
What part of the bird do you see? The Roman part? Roman. Yeah? Is that right, Ron? And you're in my pocket
And
still?
whoever knows the movie quote and the movie who belongs to can write it in chat. Brap, brap.
You make me want to be a better man. I love you too. No man says it. I love you. I love you. So the other thing is with these guys, they don't do well breathing their own dust. So you have to keep the dust out of the house for their health as well. So the air quality in the house, give you an idea how bad it can get. If for some reason you don't have humidity and you have anything that's black, like the shirt on Steve Jobs up there in my poster, if you don't have enough humidity in the room, that shirt will look like he's got terrible dandruff. And eventually you won't be able to see the black shirt because it'll be covered in white powder. That's why the humidity is so important. It gets it to the floor. And then remember to vacuum every day. That's kind of important too. Because otherwise the dust sits on the floor, and when you walk around, you're storing the dust into the air. So
Mander. Oh my gosh, he looks so sweet. Head tilt.
you happy inside there? He was
He
running around doing circles over here and trying to hide under there and trying to get up on the couch. I said, you can't come up here. Romeo
Mr.
would.
Mander, he just needs his safe space. And I
Yeah.
think Rosebud got it with the movie quote. She says, Jack Nicholson said it, one of my favorite movies, as good as it gets.
That's it. As good as it gets. Who was the
And
actress?
he says,
Who
I
was
love
the
Diane Keaton. She died a few weeks ago. I watched most of her movies again.
Well, who did he say it to though in the movie? Who was the actress he said that line to?
Not Diane Keaton.
No.
Okay. Well, it wasn't related to your question when she posted it.
Mhm. That's just another question on top of it.
Brab. Where's Jasmine again? Up on the high perch, right? Somewhere. Yep. There she is. What a fluffy girl. Rouse, Do you want to spread some dust?
I mean, look at how small that rail is she's standing on.
Yep. That's
Jasmine,
sometimes also what I wonder about my budgies, especially one of them. It can be as small and thin, however sits on it. Always did like, oh, look at this tiny trick. Oh, I can sit on that. Oh, Falcon Sue guesses Helen Hunt.
That's it. Helen Hunt. There's another great line in there when publisher's secretary
Oh, Rosebud
asks,
says she confused the two. No problem. So, first question was answered by Rosebud, second by Falcon Sue. So, congratulations, both of you.
there's another line in that movie I love that Jack Nicholson says when the secretary to the publisher asks him, you know, how do you portray women so beautifully? That's a paraphrase. That's not exactly what she says, but he says, I think of a man and then I take away reason and responsibility. It makes for a good scene because, of course, her face goes flat when he says them. But yeah, it's a movie you have to see to get it because he's got a lot of psychological issues.
Yeah, there's another movie where he played with Diane Keaton. One can get confused sometimes.
Oh, I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just got trained by my second wife. She remembered people's faces from movies. I can't remember people's. I don't remember real life things, but two dimensional movies I can remember faces.
Hop. Oh, look at these two umbrella boys. So happy.
I couldn't describe Helen Hunt to you at all, but I know it was Helen Hunt. That's the fun part. I can't describe faces, but I know it was.
Mm.
What are you doing down there, kid? Yeah, he's going. You going back in the cage? No. Did he take your ball? He did. Let me go look out the window.
Cecil's, I think, back at the windowsill. Lucy looks over to us, I think. Hi, Goose. Can't wait
Yeah.
to see you flying.
Oh, you're gonna start saying that now? Are
Is
you
she pretty
really?
birdie?
He's pretty bird, yeah.
Mm.
Pretty bird?
And
Pretty bird.
somebody is talking next to Pretty Bird. Jasmine is alert.
Yep.
Just need Sugar to be more alert. But Sugar usually is comfortable on her perch when she's inside that room.
Yeah, she's pretty insistent about getting right to her perch too, flapping her wings and fighting me to get in here as fast as she can. That's all right, Rome. I just had to move. Once in a while, I have to move, you know. Otherwise, my hind end goes numb. What are you doing?
Mhm.
Well, a little more PM10. Okay, what that refers to is particles that are, so they're small particles, but they're from things like dust and pollen, or ash, or cockatoo dust. PM2.5 is particles that are much smaller. They're like soot, smoke, or even pollution from traffic and wood burns, that kind of thing. So, and the smaller they are, the deeper they go into your lungs, and they can get in spots in your airways where they can't get out. These guys, that can be a real problem. So, I think I've gone over all the necessary things to protect their lungs.
Pretty Bird.
I have alerts set on my watch so that if the air quality starts to drop, my watch lets me know. What are you doing? You can set your phone up to do that too.
Funny playing. Oh, Snowball, you are such a funny bird.
He's our athlete.
He's the bird who is into sports when it comes to that flock. He's throwing the ball and throwing the frisbee and catching the frisbee.
That's something else is that these poisons that are in the air, like the stuff that's below, 2.5 or below, in our lungs, they'll get stuck in our lungs, right? But in their bodies, their whole body makes up a lung system. I mean, if you really look at the way their lungs work, it's pretty amazing. But that means that poisons get right into the bloodstream too. So things like smoke contain poisons that they can kill them. Which I've actually had arguments with people who cook right next to their birds. You can cook, there's things you can cook. You can, steam and cook in a pan if you're not using hot oil. Well, once those oils get in the air, that produces something that can coat their lungs and make it so they can't breathe. The last thing you'd want in the world is to cook something like bacon next to your birds. I know people who do that.
Mm.
First, they've already lost
Oh
some
no,
birds.
I think the stream will end how it begins with Snowball into Manda's cage. Huh? No,
Hello.
nothing yet. Just watching. Hello.
Hey, K-Bird.
Is there a KK bird? How is George?
Why did you call me George? I don't look like George. Anyways, sitting on the chair. I'm going to be call it a couch, but out of the chair, and this one has decided he's going to get up on me now. It's a good bird. Good bird. Pretty bird. I'm not going to bring you over right now because I'm not sure how that will work out. I'll do that when I have both hands in it. Little Miss Pretty Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bird. Oh, Cecil's taking off the straps again. That's why I have metal straps on there too. He goes along and takes off the zip ties.
Oh, Cecil, your little nut.
And those
So
aren't
thanks.
those little cheap zip ties either. These are these heavy duty ones and rips them right off.
Oh my. Thanks to Jem and Jamie, you just donated $20. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. Hey, don't do that to my arm. What are you doing?
Ah, you were gone for a moment.
Yeah, that's one of the things they make it easier now to just touch the wrong thing. Oh, I was that's my head you landed on, you little toad. Lucy. That's all right. It's all right. That's just
She flew
Lucy.
over, didn't she?
Landed on my head.
Yep. Better as directly in the face, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey. So I just read the message from Jem and Jamie. Such a cute live stream today. Thank you. So thank you again for
Thank
helping
you.
us. And as
This
Rosebud says, cockatoo kindergarten.
pretty much.
Yep.
Hi, cockatoo. Pretty
Really,
bird. Pretty bird.
really fun crew today.
Romeo says, I don't know. It's gone. We now added another bird over here, so I'm just not sure.
Oh, Rosebud says Don needs a helmet, but I think Don gets in trouble with several birds if he actually would dare to wear something on his head.
You know where Mander is
Yeah,
over
Amanda
there.
would be the first in line.
Uh-huh. As soon as I put something on my head, he'll come right out of there. He doesn't care who's around. He'll just barge right over and try to kill me. You don't wear a hat around him, or carry a beer, or put on a hoodie with the hood over your hat. He's not going to have any of it.
Mhm.
You seem to have a. Oh, God. I can't. Where did it? Okay, now I've
So
lost
you
the
basically just
controls.
put Lucy flying on your head. I was just writing a comment, so I didn't have a look, but I have later to replay to see if I can actually spot it. Oh, Molakken gets preened.
Okay, that's good. I switched the camera. It doesn't show me that there's any picture. Oh, no, I see it. It's gone kind of wonky here. No, it's there you go. That's Jasmine saying, preen me, preen me. It's kind of like the old Popeye cartoon. I'll gladly play you Tuesday for a preen today. Mander, what are you doing?
Trying to get out without coming too close to Snowball, huh?
And Snowball's not even paying much attention to him. You know,
No. Mhm. Amanda, I think he spotted that somebody is preening and now he wants to be involved.
hard to know what's going on in Mander's mind.
Now you are in a 90-degree angle again.
Yeah, it's gone wonky. This I don't know what's wrong with it.
I feel
Yeah.
shaky.
Hey,
It's worse than the movie Gravity.
I can't even change the aspect. Let's see. Let me try changing the camera off. Nope, that doesn't work.
They are actually all awake today. Even Sugar was a bit. There you are, in full size. Great. Hi, Lucy. Our special goose, who likes to land on Don's face.
That's it. You skidded right off my head. Are you a silly girl? Are you a silly girl? Tell everybody how. Oh, you're not supposed to let any birds sit on something. Romeo, are you okay? You're dancing. Are you all right? Nobody's
Who's
hurting you.
dancing?
You're okay. Romeo's he's
Oh,
acting
that's
like he
new.
wants to move but doesn't quite know how.
Mhm.
No, thank you, Romeo. Thank you. He puts his wings out to show me that he's missing feathers, I think is what he's doing. But he had his wing out. Okay.
Oh, I think I have to resend you the video of the birds who are pretending to be sick so they get fed. I put it into our group chat, but I think you haven't seen it.
Hey, don't do that, Romeo. No, no, no. You don't want to get in a fight with him. No, we're not doing
It's so
that.
hilarious. The birds looks like some kind of raven. I don't know what exactly species. And they all seem to
Okay. He's talking nice to you, Rom. He's saying, hi, KK.
How was your day? How are you doing? Now he moves. Finally, he has found a spot.
Romeo, he's not trying to hurt you.
It's tough to be a little Romeo.
He's doing pretty well today, though. Considering. You're going to pet me now, too? I'm getting petted by KK. Are you petting me? Thank you. All right. No, eat my glasses. Lucy, she has a tendency to eat your glasses. Well, guys, thanks for being here. And
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming.
we will see you next Monday.
Thanks, Don, for showing us the birds.
And thank you for moderating. And we will see you all next time. Right, Snowball?
to science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.